Couple of Kawasaki's and that Yamaha on the front row. Who's going to get off with a big launch and lead us into turn number 1? We're underway, and Dominic Doyle got a great launch, Jason.
He got a great launch, and Cody Wyman tried to get right in the draft, as you see there, and it looked like it was either Lockoff, I believe it is, who jumped in the back of both those Kawasaki's to try to get by them as they go down into turn 1. Samuel Lockoff's a kid that we've seen on the podium before, and he's going to slide up underneath Rocco Landers. Rocco's going to let off the brakes, as he always does, and try to ride around the outside of Lockoff as they go down towards turn 3. Lockoff's still giving him a heartache as they go down, and Lockoff's going to take that position into 3rd.
Oh boy, as Dominic Doyle starting to get a little bit of a gap there. But look at that red machine fighting it out with the number 1 plate, Sam Lockoff. Through turn number 4.
And Ben Gloddy now is in the draft of Rocco Landers. He got a double draft off those guys. Rocco's going to do everything he can to not let these guys do anything with him when he gets to turn 5. He's going to be really late braking to try to close that gap back up to Dominic Doyle as well. And Greg, you're exactly right. There's that little gap. So, you know, it's only early, and I get it.
It is.
But Rocco's going to go after him, and he's got to go after him now, because if Dom puts in an absolute perfect lap, he won't be close enough to him as they come on the front straightaway for the first time.
Yeah, and these are 400cc motorcycles as positions already starting to swap in back of the field.
Yep, Gloddy got through to 3rd, and it brought Cody Wyman with him, and then Lockoff made a little bit of a mistake as they exited turn 6 and went up over the curbing. But the first 2 guys are just kind of breaking away. You can see Rocco's just pushing a little bit extra harder probably, but this is what Rocco does so good on the first laps. Even when he's leading, he does these incredible first laps, and somebody like Dominic Doyle's probably learned from that over the course of last year and seeing what he was able to do. And here comes Rocco Landers as he tries to go up underneath him. Nope, just kind of falls back in. Cody Wyman goes underneath Gloddy.
Big move.
Good to see that Yamaha West BR3 jump up into 3rd. So maybe if Cody can stick around and give those guys some heartache, he can stay in that draft and that battle for 3rd place, as these 2 guys out in front are just starting to, you know, edge away now by a couple of seconds.
Rocco Landers deep in the draft of Dominic Doyle. Into Canada corner they go. You can see that Rocco sat up a little early, so he's confident, and this battle for 3rd.
Gloddy looked like he had gotten through, but Cody Wyman laid on the brakes as they go down into Canada corner, and you know, he's just doing everything he can to get into the tuck as fast as he can. So I am happy to say, and because I didn't get to check on it this morning, but Isaiah Burleson is out there, which is good. For those of you that I might have stumped there at the beginning of the race, I did see somebody pull in, and it was Cameron Jones, Greg, on that Honda.
Up the front straightaway they go. Is Rocco Landers want to make his move this early on? He comes out of the draft. He goes. Now he's sitting there right now. Probably a rehearsal. Will Rocco Landers go for it on the brakes into turn number 1? They're side by side. You can kind of tell by the shadows on the track. And Rocco Landers is going to go for position, and he'll go for the lead. Onto the front straight we go to the battle for the number 1 position. Dominic Doyle behind the bubble. Coming across that line, it's 240.5 for Dom and 240.5 for Rocco Landers, both at 110 miles per hour.
And like I said, those guys kind of organized themselves and they attacked him, and we got 6 people here running for that final podium spot, and there's not one of them that wouldn't love to be able to put themselves there and to start the year. Obviously, Lockoff did that yesterday for the Celtic team. What a great weekend that team has had in their opening weekend here at MotoAmerica.
Here's a replay of an earlier pass. They're 5 wide.
5 wide coming down into Canada corner. And, you know, for those of you that haven't been here, it gets really narrow down in this little area. So for where Cody's at right there, there's a couple little bumps. You see his bike go over him, but he did a great job of just controlling his speed there at the apex and getting out of there. And, you know, they're going to just keep battling. And just in the background there, if you look, number 29, David Kolstedt's coming up too. So he's another guy that's can see all them battling. You can see him just back there, Greg, but he's on the same pace as these guys in front of him. And if these guys keep tripping themselves up, you're going to see 7 of them going for the podium. So
Cody Wyman, is he going to get eaten up by a bunch of Kawasaki horsepower? He loses 1 position.
He ain't going to lose anything.
No, he's late on the brakes.
Oh, Burleson,
wow.
See that? Did you see how
big
close?
front end slide?
Yep.
Nearly down goes the 91.
And look who's on the back of him, number 29. Good man. David Kolstedt made me look good because I was calling it that he might be able to come back there, and there he is. He's there. You're going to look on the right side of your screen. Look at number 91. Isaiah Burleson just gets it back in just a little bit, and he hits one of those bumps, Greg, under braking, and it just kind of tucked the front, but he did a good job saving it.
Yeah, a little gap for Cody Wyman on the 34 at Westby Racing R3. So here we go, the final run of the checkered flag, and Dominic Doyle with a mistake. He lost the front. Rocco Landers gets pushed wide. So Doyle, does he have what it takes? Rocco in the draft. They come up the hill on these bikes. It's a long run to the checkered flag. Rocco Landers pulls out, and here they come to the line, nearly side by side, and it's going to be Dominic Doyle by 7 thousandths of a second. And here's that battle for third. Look at these riders, everybody trying to find some real estate.
Benjamin Gloddy's got it right now, Greg, so he's trying his best to hold it. He's got a gaggle of guys. I think he's done enough. I do. Let's see if number 94, Liam Grant or Lockoff can do anything, but I think Benjamin Gloddy might hold on here, Greg.
The 72 will come across the stripe. Wow, look at this race for the final spot on the podium. It's Gloddy, Lockoff, Wyman, Grant, Rodeo, Kolstad, Burleson, and Sullivan, all within like a tenth, less than a tenth of a second.
What a race for third. Good for Benjamin Gloddy getting himself a podium early in the season here. Dom Doyle is going to be really happy. Does the double, so it's a good result for him. Rocco Landers ends up second, Benjamin Gloddy third.
An interesting weekend at MotoAmerica, Jason, as it has been a tale of double victories.
That was close. Look at this. I mean, again, Rocco. Rocco's going to have nightmares about this weekend. He's been so close to winning these races, and you can see some of his crews sitting over there. That race was so close.
As here's a look at the final results, Jason, you can see that margin of victory. And if you look at the Sam Lockoff, Cody Wyman, 29.016 to 29.02, there is nothing between them.
Pretty close.